Hello? Carlos, are you okay?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you passed out over there.
This mic always reminds me of my uncle.
No,
The way he used to hit it on my forehead.
that's fucked. Oh, man. That's
What's
so
up?
messed up. Oh, nothing.
Maybe to you.
Well, our first
Maybe.
day of
31 days.
31 days. Chris is here. Hey, Chris.
31 days of Halloween.
We got a follower overnight, Gentleman Wizard.
I know who that is.
That's cool. I like that name, Gentleman Wizard.
Gentleman. He's a gentleman
Is he a wizard?
and he's a wizard.
That's cool. Like certified?
Yep. And his name's Harry.
Jamie Duh. When did it become Jamie Duh? Has it always been Jamie Duh? Or am I like just realize? I thought it was Jamie the. I'm confused.
I know.
Oh,
Oh, shit. Is this a Mandela effect?
I don't know. Maybe it's always been Jamie Duh. Jamie Duh.
Mandela's.
Oh, okay. She changed it, but it's still her. Okay, great.
Jamie Duh.
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 I went to Spirit Store the other day.
Did you buy any spirits?
I bought. The only thing I bought was some fog juice, some fluid.
I got tons of
For
that.
a fogger. You do?
I mean, when I go to the bathroom.
Oh.
Sorry, that was a kid's joke.
What? The emotes have witch hats. Right there, look.
What the
How did that happen? I don't know.
freak is going on?
That's weird. I didn't know that.
So you
Maybe I
excited?
guess it's
Are you
'cause it's
excited about
Halloween.
this? Are you excited about this?
Look, he has a hat and a witch hat on. Am I excited about doing this for 31 days? in a row?
31 days of Halloween.
I'm kind of like freaked out.
Why?
31 days? Hey, Mr. Monkey.
Mr. Monkey. Daddy Letter Shrek, too. Jamie Duh. Hey, guys.
Man.
Hey, guys.
Percio.
Cheers.
Man, we got people from all over the world tonight.
I know. I'm excited.
It's crazy.
Jamie Duh.
Man, I like how the little floating emojis have witch hats. That's cool.
You can't see it, but Doug's notes over here, they look like a fucking 70s porn script.
That's what I'm reading, actually. These aren't my notes. My notes are on my phone over here. This is just like for me to read, like while to keep me excited during the stream.
It's like a 70s porn script.
Have you tried your drink yet?
You gave me a sample earlier. Man, I just have a feeling one day, man, I love this fucking crispy ice, dude.
Are you mean on the outside?
Yeah, I love crispy ice.
Look at it, how glowy it is.
Is it glowy? Yeah.
It's a.
This is called a Ragnarok juice. Gin and juice.
It's actually my take on a painkiller.
Judas Priest?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what you were doing there.
What?
You just said pain.
You were supposed to say pain. You were supposed to be the echo. What do you think?
It tastes like
Fire?
It tastes like an orange creamsicle, fucked a jalapeno, and they had a kid, and then the kid got run over and turned into juice and put on ice. That's what that is. I'm sorry, I'm 2 shots in of whiskey.
There is orange in it, but there's no.
It's because I always say everything's spicy.
Oh, okay.
Everything's spicy. Oh, spicy. What are we talking about tonight?
Painkiller drinks.
Painkiller drinks, Doug's porno script taped down with masking tape, and
From Beyond.
From Beyond. Stuart Gordon, man. I was so sad when that dude died. Imagine what he could have made if he was still alive. Movies.
Yeah.
Sweet Love.
Yeah, this is
All kinds of stuff. if he
Stuart
was alive.
Gordon and Brian Usna. Which,
Them two were hand in hand.
yeah, they're like a good team. They did a lot of stuff together. And Dennis Paoli, Dennis Paoli. He's one of their other writers that always wrote with them, but he's like the one that seems like he never got any recognition. But he is doing the new. It's announced, and they're already shooting a Lovecraft movie, but they haven't said what it's about. They haven't said like what story it's based on, but he's going to be the director and I guess probably screenwriter, screenplayist. And
there's so much shit you can do with H.P. Lovecraft.
So you know who's in it? Barbara Crampton is going to be one of the actresses, and Heather Graham. So it could be really good. It could be
really bad.
It could be really bad, but
which means it's also going to be really good.
Yeah, I like how many like Lovecraft things are coming out right now. It's just so cool, like over and over. The other thing is, I wanted to before we get started here, since it's Halloween time, I wanted to test out candy corns. You like candy corns?
Yeah, but I can only eat like 3.
Well, here's the thing: is I got
a year.
I got Jelly Belly brand.
I like the Jelly Belly because they're not as sweet.
And I got Brock's, which to me, Brock's is the taste of Halloween.
Brock's, man. That's nothing but sugar and food dye.
Yeah.
At least with the Jelly Belly, you can kind of taste something.
I'm going to put them here on the table. So that's the Jelly Belly. And this is the Brock's. Okay, so let's look at them. The Brock's are definitely much bigger. They're like twice the size.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They're even thicker and fatter. Like, these are like the size of actual corn, the Jelly Belly one. The Brock's smells a little sweeter. I'm going to try it. You got to take in air. Jamie asked who in the chat has seen From Beyond. Okay, that one's good. That tastes like Halloween to me. Here we go. No, I don't like Jelly Belly. You can have the Jelly Belly. Jelly Belly.
Glitter Daddy Shrek. I haven't seen. This is how I watch the movie. Yes.
I like that. So
you had me at. I haven't seen this. This is how I watch the movie.
There's another test of candy corns that you got to take into consideration, besides the texture, the taste, the smell, and the size. You got to see how they look as vampire teeth.
I could just shove one of these bitches up in that hole I have in my head.
How's that one look? Pretty good.
They look pretty good. You look like a hillbilly vampire.
And let's look at the... Now let's check out the Jelly Bellies. Jelly Bellies fucking suck. Look at this. They're too little. Jelly Bellies... The Jelly Belly one's actually... I'm going to get sick eating all these. The Jelly Bellies...
I taste a little...
They make my upper lip look like
the Jelly Bellies. I taste a hint of barbecue sauce. Do you too? Do you?
The Jelly Bellies make my upper lip look like Beauty and the Beast, the cat costume.
You mean Ron Perlman's regular look?
Yeah. Okay, I'm done with these. I'm going to eat all these real quick.
Mr. Monkey said he loves candy corns, but he accidentally put in candy. He just likes corns.
Like on your feet?
Yeah.
I like corn, the band. Oh my god. That's so much. I'm going to drink some of your water. That's too much candy corn.
One got stuck in my throat.
Okay.
Dude, did you add more jalapeno when I turned around?
Nope.
Spicy.
So, From Beyond, October 1st. It's our first day of 31 days of Halloween. So we're going to be talking about one movie a day for 31 days. Right? I know what that means. That means corn.
Say it.
Pinche elote. That sounds pretty good, right?
That was really good.
Thanks. I'm learning Spanish. between Carlos and Mr. Monkey, I will learn Spanish on this show. So this is based on, this is really an adaptation directly of an H.P. Lovecraft story of the same name.
Which was only 7 pages long.
Which was a very short, I mean, there's a lot like that. A lot of his stories are, 5 to 10 pages long. But it was written originally in 1934. And so that's what's kind of crazy about this story is you look at it and you look at how out there it is even for like the 80s. And you got to think this dude wrote this shit while they were inventing cars and stuff.
Like, did they even have leather bondage?
Probably not.
Because Barbara, how do you say?
Crampton?
Crampton. Barbara Crampton, that scene when she's all fucking leather daddied out.
Leather mommied out.
I like to call them leather daddies. Is that wrong of me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're misgendering her. So, I mean, it's crazy to think. I actually found some old, I wish I would have like wrote them down. I found some old reviews of the story when it first came out, and people were just like, this is garbage and all that. They just didn't get it.
They cut the hell out of this movie too. Because Reanimator came out unrated.
Yeah, this thing had, they weren't even going to give it an R rating. They were like, this is too much. You've got to cut. The opening scene originally, no, not the opening scene. The first time that you're introduced to
Dr. Pretorius.
Dr. Pretorius, yeah. The first time you're introduced.
How do you say his name?
Pretorius. The first time you're introduced
that name.
To him,
they don't really show him. They show him opening the door.
Yeah, they show him. You hear like a woman screaming, but you don't see anything going on. But there was a scene before Jeffrey Combs' character Crawford Tillinghast. He's before he actually gets him to open the door. It was supposed to be a woman getting a nail hammered through her tongue.
Because he was a fucking sadomasochist.
Yeah, he's a crazy sadist. So he was like,
and you could tell, like, the actor that they picked was perfect. Like,
dude, and he's really not in a whole lot of like horror stuff. But yeah, it's crazy. I guess they had to cut a ton of stuff, but that was like one of the first things you see within the, I guess, first 5 minutes of the movie. And the MPAA, is that them? They were like,
just like the first 5 minutes of Reanimator, you see that doctor.
Too much.
You see the doctor.
Hey, Hazel.
The doctor's eyes squirt out of his fucking head, bulge out, and squirt blood everywhere.
Yeah. So, Stuart Gordon wrote this. He also wrote Reanimator, Castle Freak. It's basically Stuart Gordon.
Dagon.
Yeah.
He was actually making dolls the same time as he was directing this.
That's crazy. So, like, Brian Usna and Dennis, his last name starts with a P. They all did this together. They did Dagon together. They did Reanimator, and they did Castle Freak. All 4 of those, they were trying to use the same actors in all of them. So a lot of these actors are in those. They were trying to get a certain feel out of all these movies that were based on Lovecraft stories.
Because it was so fucked up.
Yeah.
So when they went in, they would be used to it.
Yeah, they wanted the actors that knew how fucked up it was going to be. So that was really cool. Castle Freak is streaming right now.
I have Castle Freak.
From Beyond is on Tubi right now. I think every one of those. I think Reanimator is streaming right now. So like they're all pretty easy to see right now if you have streaming channels.
Those are 80s, man.
Yeah, I think Tubi has Dagon and Castle Freak right now, and
Dagon
and this.
Dagon has too much CGI though. I think if they would have cut the CGI, it would have been a lot better. Did more practical effects.
Yeah. So yeah, this one is about. Do you want to tell us what it's about? overall? What's your overall?
It's about Dr. Pretorius builds this resonator, which are giant tuning forks.
Yeah.
And he says he can, if you resonate them, vibrate them super fast, it'll open up other dimensions. You can see other beings from other dimensions. When they finally get it to work, and that's the opening scene, is Jeffrey Combs, Crawford, he turns it on, and he sees these floating eels. So he turns it off because one bites his cheek.
Yeah.
And he goes to Pretorius, and that's the part where he's supposedly hammering a nail in her tongue.
Yeah, he runs because
So he
they
runs
live
down in
together,
his
yeah.
robe and shit. And he's like, "Turn it on!" And he turns it on full power, and all hell breaks loose. And he's like freaking out. Dr. Pretorius is like, "Something's come through."
Yeah.
And then
He's coming.
they show his body laying on the floor, and his head's been twisted off. Like, it's cool, the effects. It looks like a corkscrew's been, his head's gone. So they fucking take Crawford and they put him in a mental hospital. So it's him. And the story is them trying to find out if he's telling the truth or if he killed Pretorius.
Yeah.
So that's what the movie's pretty much about.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, they basically, he gets arrested for murder. One of the neighbors keeps, I guess it's really loud when they're doing the experiments and like crazy cosmic lights are coming out.
Reanimator.
Yeah.
The lady from the beginning is also the lady in the beginning.
So the neighbor comes over and complains, and the police come, and when they get there,
that's how they show the body. Her dog runs in the house, and he's all licking the the twist top fucking head.
Yeah, and so they run away, or she runs away, calls the police, and they come and arrest him, and he goes to a mental institution because they think he's crazy. They don't think this really happened. And then Barbara Crampton's character comes in, Dr. McMichaels, and she believes in like psychology of like treating the people, and then the other doctor, she's the one who
she reminds me of the evil doctor.
Yeah.
She reminds me of Nurse Ratched, but in a shitty Boone movie.
Yeah.
Nurse Ratched from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
She was in Dolls and Reanimator.
She just has a bitch face.
Yeah. And so she's like the bad kind of, she's like basically just wants to like lobotomize people, and Barbara Crampton's character, Dr. McMichaels, wants to like treat them and make them better. So somehow she's like, I believe what he's saying, and she gets the hospital to release
what happened.
Basically release a murderer into her custody, or who they believe is a murderer.
They take Bubba.
And they
Bubba
take
the cop.
Yeah, then they take
Kim Force.
Yeah, Kim Forey.
I thought it was Force.
So he
how's it spelled?
Foree. Foree.
I wasn't wearing my glasses.
So he's like a cop.
I thought it was Force.
And he goes with them. His name is Bubba Brownlee. I'm like, man, that's the most racist name to give a black character.
He was also in Dawn of the Dead. That's what I know.
Yeah, he's Peter from in Dawn of the Dead.
He's still alive. I thought maybe.
Oh yeah, he's in a ton of stuff. He is in a ton of stuff. Like it's really crazy, but he's I mean, that's, to me, that's like his big thing was Dawn of the Dead, 1978, because that's like one of my favorite movies. So he plays one of the last surviving protagonists in that movie, and but he's also in, like, if you look at his IMDb, he's like in every single like 80s action TV show made. Like he A-Team, Fall Guy.
He seems like a natural guy.
Everything, yeah.
Just the way he acts.
Yeah. So he goes along, and he's kind of the muscle to keep to make sure that Crawford Tillinghast doesn't, I guess, hurt anybody or escape or whatever. So yeah, it's
they got with real doctors and stuff. So whenever they're up with the patients and any medical thing they do, it was accurate.
yeah, he did that for Reanimator came out before this, like 2 or 3 years, and he did the same thing with Reanimator. I know he had like actual doctors look over the script to make sure like medical things they were doing, you know, made sense. And I don't know if it's on like any of the IMDb or anything, but I know it was on like one of the extras I watched on the DVD was that they thought Barbara Crampton looked too young to be a doctor.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's why they put the big glasses on her. Like, and it wasn't them, it was the studio. The studio people who are paying for the production are like, she's too young to play a doctor, so they
They
gave
put
her
big glasses
gave
on
her
her
the
and-
big glasses.
And tied her hair back.
I'm just like,
It worked.
okay. I mean, she didn't
She
look
looked
like
50.
she didn't look super young, but yeah, man. Ken Ken Foree, yeah, he's like been in a lot of stuff. He's also in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, The Devil's Rejects.
Oh yeah, he was in Devil's Rejects.
Lords of Salem.
I can't stand that.
So yeah, he's been in quite a bit. And then the Bad Doctor, she was actually one of the main writers for the TV show ER, which I think is funny. But like Barbara Crampton actually started out in Days of Our Lives. She was in like 100 episodes or something. I mean,
and
something
then,
crazy.
Bam! The next thing you know, she's getting eaten out by a severed head and Reanimator.
Yeah, she became a scream queen pretty quick.
You know,
I think
that?
actually her first horror thing, I think, was Body Double.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
You know the funny thing is, her 13-year-old son came home. Did you read that?
Yeah.
Her 13-year-old son came home and said, "Mom, why didn't you ever tell me
you were naked in a
you
movie?
were naked in a movie, getting eaten out by a severed head, and I go to school and my friends tell me that they saw this." And she was like, "Oh my God, I feel so bad." So she showed him everything.
Well, I mean, he's going to watch the movies anyways.
Yeah, but it sounds like a
bad combo.
It sounds like a bad fucking, I don't know, one of the porn sites? I don't know. It just sounds like a bad video.
Are there like too many floating around your head?
So yeah, I don't know which one I can't pick.
Which one that would be on. Yeah, so...
I would have been like, well, too fucking bad. I'm not going to show you shit.
So basically, the only way that he's able to prove his innocence is to try to turn the machine back on.
And he keeps telling him, I don't want to fucking do it.
And recreate this thing that killed the guy. So they finally, he does turn it on. And shit goes haywire again.
Haywire.
And
woo!
I think the first thing that happens is they turn it on, and because at first he had already destroyed it, but they make him like fix it to turn it back on. He turns it back on, and it gets all weird, and it kind of gets weird because Barbara Crampton's character gets all like hot and bothered. And
it's all hornetto.
Weird, and they turn it off, but they turn it on at one point, and Dr. Pretorius shows up. They're like, he's coming, and he like shows up, and he's like standing there, and he's talking about how he's moved beyond the human flesh, and he's like,
Man, that was great
from the other
makeup.
side. Dude, the makeup's crazy in this. The makeup, it's 4 different makeup teams.
It's one of the guys did Ghoulies and
Yeah,
John. I can't say his last name.
John Neolin.
No, it's John. I know who he is. I just never.
John Carl Bruckler.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, he did like Cellar Dweller. He did Ghoulies. He did all those weird movies.
Yeah, and then Mark Shorstrom, who has his own company, who has done a ton. He's not like one of the. I mean, as far as like me, I think there's a lot of names I just know, and they're always at the conventions and stuff like that. And I don't see him much, but he did. He worked on Slumber Party Massacre, Videodrome. He worked on like just a ton of stuff. He also he did Evil Dead 2, Nightmare on Elm Street 1 through 3. I mean, he was on the teams at least. And
I think Dream Warriors, man, that was the top
the
of their
best
game.
one.
The makeup on that shit was amazing.
It's the best one.
That giant fucking Freddy snake, when he starts eating her, it's a life-size fucking Freddy head talking and eating somebody.
I thought you would like this too. He did 5 episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I don't
5
want to
episodes.
fucking talk about that stupid shit.
But he also did. He also did.
Did he make Sarah Michelle Gellar's look like a horse?
Why? Did she look like a horse at some point?
Sarah Michelle Gellar, yeah.
Yeah.
Or is that what's her name from Sex and the City?
Oh,
Same
wait.
person, right?
No, that's a different person. You're talking about
Sex with a Vampire?
You're
What's
talking
it
about
called?
Ferris Bueller's wife. That ugly chick that everybody thinks is hot. But she looks like a horse.
Oh,
That's Ferris
but didn't
Bueller's
she
wife.
kill vampires?
Not that I know of. She's a serious actress.
Oh no, they killed actual people
What?
in the car
They did?
when they ran over those people in England.
I didn't know about
And
that.
he got away scot-free. Yeah. Jason Patrick, what's his name?
Who?
Neil Patrick Harris from Ferris Bueller.
These are all different people. You're like all over the place.
Goddamn sepsis fuck with my head.
Neil Patrick Harris is not married
Matthew
to...
Broderick, that's what I said.
Yeah.
He actually ran over some people while drunk.
While
In
drunk?
England. Yes, in England. Him and Sarah Michelle Gellar. Right?
Yeah, I think he was in the car with Left Eye Lopez. Lisa from TLC.
Fucking hated that shit.
Yeah, so that team is crazy. Like the people that they had. Oh, he also did the makeup for one of my favorite movies ever, Falling Down, with Michael Douglas. I'm the bad guy? Michael Douglas was not the bad guy. He was killing scumbags.
Society's a bad guy.
Oh, yeah.
Society.
Yeah. Speaking of, Brian Usna, who was one of the screenwriter adaptation people on this, was the person who directed Society, which is a super fucked up 80s horror movie. If you haven't seen Society,
I love that fucking...
that movie's super fucked
Screaming
up.
at George, man. Screaming at George does some crazy fucking makeup. Society...
Yeah, that was some messed up
somebody's
stuff.
face coming out of an asshole talking to you. That's where
He
it's
like
at.
turns inside out. Yeah, there's some crazy stuff.
That's what's up. Talking buttholes.
Ugh, so messed up. So messed up. Yeah, it's messed up. So Stuart Gordon, he, I don't know if we went in. He did. Oh yeah, we talked about that.
That dude was. I told you. I think I told you my story with him. I fucking was at the Fright Fest and I got in the elevator.
Oh yeah.
And I was with my ex and I was like, "That's Stuart Gordon next to me," and she was all. And I was like, "He directed Reanimator From Beyond." And I was like,
and he wrote Honey, I Shrunk the Kids,
the series. And then I was like, I didn't know what to say to him.
You were like afraid to talk to
And then he fucking, the elevator opened and he kind of looked at me and walked out. And I was like, son of a bitch. I was so shy, dude. I didn't know what to say. He's like one of my favorite directors. Oh, he also did one episode of Dreams of a Witch House.
I don't know that.
Masters of Horror.
Oh, yeah. I thought you did 2 episodes of that.
I think he just did 1.
Mm.
I mean, I got to look again. No, so later on, I got in line for him to sign My Bloody Best of Fangoria, him and Jeffrey Combs, and I got him to sign a Reanimator poster. And he was like, "Oh, how are you? Super nice, dude." And he was like, "Why don't you come around and sit with me?" And I was like, "Okay." So I went and sat down. He was like, "I love your tattoos." And I was like, "Thanks. They're shit, but thanks." I mean, I didn't tell him they were shit, but... And he was like, "I wrote a story one time. You ever heard of The Illustrated Man?" And I was like, "Yeah. H.G. Wells." And he was like, "Yes, I wrote one I wrote something like that. It was a short story, and it was about this girl got a tattoo, and the tattoo artist was really infatuated with her, but she kept turning him down. It was a short story, and eventually he was like, he went to collect his tattoo back. He went to her apartment, got her address, and went.
I think you might have told this story on our
I don't care.
tattoo murderer.
I'll keep saying it again because it was amazing. So I was sitting there like forever, and all these people were in line. The line's like super long, and they're like, "Are you fucking kidding me, dude? I've been standing in this fucking line, and you're back there bullshitting with Stuart Gordon." And then I was finally like, "Dude, I better go."
Yes, Jamie said, "Do you think he recognized you from the elevator?"
Maybe. I mean, you can't fucking forget me. I was the most tattooed fucking person there.
Nowadays everybody's tattooed.
Yeah. Back then, I was a fucking lunatic.
Nowadays, kids like walk in a tattoo shop and they have no tattoos and they're like, "Tattoo my face," and then they come back a month later and they're completely covered.
Yeah, it's
You're
nuts.
like, "What the fuck?"
Back when I first started, dude, I looked like a fucking maniac. Like you could not. Yeah, I was looking at it very weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't see him again after that. So at least I was so upset when he died. I was like, son of a bitch. I should have got his number. I know we would have been text buddies.
I don't think there were text messages back then.
It wasn't that long ago. He died maybe, 4 years ago?
Well, I didn't know. I mean, this could have happened 10 years ago. 15, 20.
It's been probably like a good 7 years, so.
Oh, that's not that long ago. So, back to the story.
That was a fucking story.
No, the story we're supposed to be talking about, the Lovecraft story.
This is a Lovecraft story. It has Stuart Gordon in it.
So this whole thing, I don't know why. Do you know why they shot it in Rome? They went to Italy to shoot this, and I don't know why.
It would have been $15 million here, and it was only 2.5.
Oh yeah, that's what. Yeah, I couldn't remember. I knew we talked about it somewhere because there was.
And then I'm like, that's what it all makes sense why people move. That's why I'm moving to Mexico.
So he was anti-union. He didn't want to pay union wages, so he went to. I mean, that really is what it is. Like the union cost for the movie was going to be like $15 million.
Damn the man.
And if he paid them directly, what their asking price, it cost like, a tenth the price or something.
That's why people go to fucking Lord of the Rings country. I forgot the name.
Yeah, Panama Red says spaghetti westerns.
Hell, dude,
Yeah,
I wish they would make a good new spaghetti western, man. Starring I forgot his name from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, yeah. Like the actual character.
Hell yeah.
That guy that dumps
dude, that would be so awesome,
wives
dude.
all the time.
That would be so awesome if Quentin Tarantino makes an actual movie.
Like an actual spaghetti western?
Yes, with Leonardo DiCaprio's, I almost said Da Vinci. With Leonardo da Vinci. But yeah, that would be awesome. Like, that would be so cool.
In our story now, after they turn up that thing. Witchy Fight. I'm gonna saw you. Witchy Fight or Flight. Thanks for following us. We're at 97 followers now. You know, we're gonna have a cake if we hit 100 followers.
Yeah, if we hit 100 followers, everybody gets a piece of cake that's in this room.
Yeah.
Storage unit. I call it a room because Doug did a good job decorating. I didn't do shit. I showed up, I put one nail in, and I passed out from the heat.
Well, luckily, we have a window unit now.
Don't let the Mexican see you cry. That's the best fucking line in that movie.
That is good.
Dude, Brad Pitt is so fucking good in that movie.
Yeah, somebody was saying that who was that telling us about
the book?
Something about like all the side stories off of it. Oh no. You just talked about how it's not hot in here. Now we got to put on wigs. Jamie redeemed. Hey, thanks for the cheers.
I don't know what that is.
Just say thank you. Just say thanks.
Is
Just say thank you.
that a unicorn
thank
kitty
you.
and a heart? I just want to know what that is. I can't see,
No,
remember?
it's a heart with a penis shooting out of it.
I am going to say thank you. I just want to know what that is. It's a unicorn, right?
Oh, it's a unicorn shooting out of a heart. Okay.
See, that's all I wanted to know. Thank you, Witchy Flatterflight.
Here, reach in the box. What's in the box?
What's in the box? What's in the box? Fucking
If
sweat.
if you get the red one, you got to put it back.
Oh, no. I'm so sorry.
Oh, hey, April.
Oh,
okay.
shit. This one gets a little bun on it.
Yeah. You
That
can
was
either wear it
badass.
backwards. You can either wear it the right way with a bun, or you can put it on backwards and be like a samurai. Oh, mine looks emo. This is about to be cool as shit. I think I'm emo now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show.
What the fuck is that?
It's Captain Emo and fucking Abuela.
Make it like a high, make a hiney ho. I look like the genie from fucking... Dude, you look like a fucking... What's his name? And the thunder...
Chris Angel of Mind Freak. Oh, yeah.
And the thunder
rolls, but whenever he was a pop star.
Man, I look fucking dumb. Holy fuck, I look so stupid.
You should turn around so the bun's up here.
I look so fucking dumb.
Well, look at me. I look like Chris Gaines.
I know, but at least you look decent.
Hey, how does Chris Gaines and Chris Angel Mind Freak both have the same hair? Anyone who doesn't know who Chris Gaines is really needs to just go straight on and download it. I like how it's still... You got the tag hanging out. Why is the tag hanging out? Dude, if I was in a band on Warped Tour right now, circa like 2000, I'm going to say 8.
This next song goes out to Kimberly. She's in the hospital right now.
And her friends are here without her.
And they told me if I could do a shout out to her. She's probably not going to make it through the night.
But at least
this next song is for you, Kimberly.
Are we one of those bands where I go, ah, and then you go, rah, 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 rah.
I don't know what that is.
You know, they have 2 singers.
No, I'm the one that gives fucking hand jobs in fucking dirty men's restrooms.
That's what your hair means?
Yes. Opposite and Pedro.
I've never had straight hair, so this is like pretty cool. This is what I would be like if I was cool when I was...
You're going to be wearing that bitch every day.
Oh, yeah. Now I kind of feel like I want to wear this thing. Like around, like a normal...
God damn it, I look so stupid. I still got 8 minutes in this fucking thing.
What's up? Do you remember when the dudes just walked around like this? That was like mid-2000s, right? Does anybody know when the guys wore this? You should try the part... You should try the part on the side, Doug. Oh, like part it like this? I don't know how to work with long hair. My hair's always been like too curly to get it long. It starts...
I can't even see anything right now. There's some fucking white tag in my face.
Why did you tuck the white tag in? I can't get it to part, Jamie.
I can't do this.
You have to. That one looks so dumb.
I think this is how my mom would do her hair when she went to bingo. She would do the side beret. But the lipstick would go off of the lips, way up near her nose.
Did she draw one of those, like, chola lines around it?
Oh, yeah. It's the only way to do it. It's true, dude. You date your parents. All I look for now is girls that have...
Lined lips.
Black lines. Fucking black lines around the lips. See, this looks way better. Put the bun on the side.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now I don't look like a fucking genie anymore. So, about this movie.
Oh yeah, yeah. So this movie from Beyond that we haven't talked about for a while. I've seen this movie a lot because I really like this movie. I like Stuart Gordon, Reanimator, Dolls, all that good stuff. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. So they turned the machine on again, which I've probably said like 8 times. But they turned the machine on.
The Catholic Church did a
protest on it.
No, they made their own Honey movie. It's Honey, I Blew the Kids. Right?
Yeah, that happened in Rome too. It's weird though.
By the Catholic Church. Honey, I Blew the Kids.
Both those movies were filmed in Rome. So Jeffrey Combs' character is like fighting it, telling gas. He's like, no, let's not turn it back on. And they're like, if you want to prove your innocence, I don't know how they would prove his innocence. Like, basically, they would turn it on. Then...
It's because she's all hornetto already.
But like, if they turn it on, I guess she would be the witness that says, yeah, this is actually real. He's not crazy. And basically, what it ends up doing is she gets like crazy wild, and like in one scene, she's all like. All of a sudden, she goes into the secret S&M room that is in the house.
It's because it affects the tuning forks.
Yeah.
Affects the pineal gland.
Yeah.
And it's all that is based on true shit. Like they researched the pineal gland for that.
Well, so.
But the doctor said the pineal gland is pretty much it gets stimulated by lights more than 2 giant tuning forks.
Yeah. Yeah, so they basically are reaching into the other dimension, but it's creating like some the pineal gland is like starting to grow, which I guess is like letting it, once it grows enough, they're able to actually see through the other dimensions. Without the forks. And it gets to a point where it's like she's like trying to have sex with everybody and
this time around they turn it on.
Cool. Hey, thanks for giving some gift subs.
Giant creatures come out. There's a giant fucking
because it
paper mache worm.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that worm looked kind of paper mache-ish.
Yeah, and then like they're trying to shut it off, and they can't shut it off, and it's basically like it's pulling its own power, and they like go down to the basement and try to like cut the power, and there's like there's like a giant worm. That worm reminds me of
Dune.
You know what it reminds me of is it looked kind of like one of the Stranger Things creatures, like its mouth and face kind of look like the Demogorgon thing, just its mouth. I think that's what it is. Ooh, I almost tore my hair off.
And it gets Jeffrey Combs' character. It starts eating him.
Yeah, it starts like trying to eat his ass.
They pull him off
or his head.
Bubba comes out in his fucking with his schlong flipping around in his tighty whities.
Yeah,
but they're red.
Yeah, that was some scariness.
And he winds up beating the shit out of the worm with his pecker. He just jumps on his back and starts.
So they get that broke down. It's all done, and they end up going back to the hospital. And Tillinghast is like sitting there, and he's like, his pineal gland's actually starting to grow out of his forehead.
It's kind of cool. It's all pulsating.
Yeah, it's cool. And like the doctor, Dr. Block, that's the bad doctor, or the bad doctor in the movie. She is yelling at Dr. McMichael, saying, you wanted to help him. Now he's like going to be brain damaged or whatever, and so they have him in a room, and she actually tries to secretly go in there and look at him, and she sees the pineal gland sticking out, and
she's trying to grab it,
and it's moving.
Now,
and stuff.
all that was cut, dude. That was recently added when the DVD came out.
Oh, that's
recently,
cool.
And he wakes up and tries to fucking, well, he does. He sucks her eye out of her head.
Yeah.
And they cut all that out too. They added that on the DVD.
And so whenever they start, it's cool because then it starts showing some point of view from his point of view, and it's kind of like a
colored.
It's like an in-camera effect, like
what
very.
Color is it? What colors are they?
Purples and pinks.
And so, what does that mean?
It's cosmic horror.
Cosmic body horror.
So they go in and he's like basically wandering the halls, and man, it just gets crazy.
They did that scene with him sucking her eye out of her head and chewing, but it looked so fake because there was nothing in his mouth. So they're like, we need to find something for him to eat. So the only thing they had on set was that denture cream to help glue their dentures.
Yeah.
So they got a gobble of it, and they made him chew on it, and he said it sucked every ounce of water out of his head. So he was there fucking dying of thirst.
So then they go to, we got 8 seconds, so you can take grandma wig off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can take it off now.
But you're going to leave yours on.
I mean, look how cool I look. I kind of want to leave it on. I feel like anybody that came to the stream now, they would be like, wow, look how cool that guy looks.
They'd be like,
they wouldn't even care what we were talking about. They'd just be like, wow.
Man, he's so sad.
Cool. He's so
sad.
He's so sad.
It's sad.
It's sad.
He's so sad.
Okay, I'm taking it off because it's hot.
Me too.
We got to talk to Hortense about getting us an AC in here that's stronger, because that's rough.
Dude.
We're up to 97 follows.
Dude, it's weird how she finds these things. She says, I'm like, dude, how the fuck do you happen to be following trucks and shit falls out the back? Like, it's so weird to me. And she's like, yeah, I don't know, mijo. Like, I was following this Cons truck and a box fell off. And I was like, fuck yeah.
Well, she probably cuts open the lockers here and takes shit she wants. She's like, let's see what they're moving in.
My dear don't steal.
So
faint. She makes tamales.
He kills Dr. Block. She's dead, right?
Hell yeah.
Gets her eye sucked out.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so she and then they go back to the house. He steals an ambulance. He goes outside. Wolfman, thank you for following.
Wolfman 23021.
Oh my God, we're two followers away, and we get to eat a cake. Homemade.
Away.
Emily made homemade frosting for that. Like, it was in a blender. Like, it's crazy.
I've only had out of those little plastic containers. I've never had homemade frosting.
Yeah, dude, this is some crazy white shit.
So, I thought those were homemade Mexican. My mom used to tell me it's homemade.
Well, I mean,
grandma made it.
It's
and
made.
I was like, grandma has a label machine.
I mean, the cake is technically homemade. You are opening the box and putting an egg in there and a little bit of oil and water. So technically, it is homemade. But, like, Emily makes that shit. She's like, it's like flour and cocoa powder and all that stuff. I try to get the box. I hope she's not watching. I try to get the box like brownies sometimes. You know, sneak them in and make them and be like, I made some brownies. Because I like how the box brownies have that, like, crispy top. And then she's like, that shit's out of a box. You brought, I can't believe you brought Betty Crocker into our home. You cheated on me with Betty Crocker.
I remember that one time I went over to your house and you were like cleaning the wall and I was like, what happened?
She threw the fucking batter.
She fucking threw the fucking pan of brownies at the wall.
Dude. She does not like Betty Crocker. So, anyways, this cake she made us a little mini cake, and she made it completely from scratch.
And then she came home, and then she was just there like, and I was reading it, Dear Betty Crocker's
you whore
daughter.
I got some more drink, but you're barely out of yours.
Oh, drink it all, man.
Jamie, do you need any more drink over there? I can't tell. Now, our setup is really weird now in our new studio. I can't see Jamie very well.
Damn, Betty Cocker.
That's rough.
That is
So,
rough.
yeah, so 2 more followers and we get to eat a cake.
Come on, followers.
Come on, just follow us. You can unfollow us after this. Just hit that follow button.
I want to know who Wolfman 23021.
Why do you always want to know who everybody is? Maybe they don't want you to know who they are.
It's a cool name. Wolf_man. 23. I don't know.
It's Jack Nicholson, 1994. Wait, when did that movie come out? Wolf with Jack Nicholson.
Wolf. Do you remember that guy on CNN, Wolf Blitzer?
It's probably Wolf. Yeah, Wolf Blitzer. That could be Wolf.
Do you remember every time they would sign off, it sounded like they were barking at him?
No.
On CNN? Back to you, Wolf.
No. I didn't.
It was great.
I tried not to watch the news.
It was great.
So he gets out of the...
Oh, see? Wolfman. Thank you. I'm just Harry. That's all I wanted to know.
There you go.
That's all I wanted to know.
I wonder if he has that, like, disease that your people get a lot. You know, where you grow out your hair.
You know what's sad? I didn't even notice Harry was spelled wrong.
No, he's talking about he's like Harry, like the Hendersons.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah. He's just Harry. That was good.
Maybe his real name is Harry. His real name is Harry, and so it's like
he gave away too much.
He gave away too much. His real name is Harry. And he's like, oh shit, I told him my name.
I gave away too much.
Harry.
Too much.
So yeah, he gets out. He steals an ambulance by killing 2 people. He
sucks their fucking brains out. He's eating their brains. He needs to feed his obsession with the pineal gland.
But so it's weird because he's he leaves Ricardo. That's great.
That is good. That's really good.
So like
so that one scene where Barbara is in that fucking leather daddy suit.
Yeah.
And she shoves her hand down fucking Jeffrey Combs' pants and tries to fucking jerk him off.
Yeah.
She fucking sold that outfit at a garage sale she had.
Yeah, I saw that. She like just sold it at her. She had a garage sale at her house and sold it.
It was probably some middle-aged fucking housewife was like, I'm gonna buy this for Greg.
I know.
And I'm gonna surprise him. She probably, if she still has it, if she's still alive, she probably doesn't even know.
Dude, if I would have known she was just gonna sell that thing for $5 and I could haggle her down to $3, I'd have it hanging right there. I'd be like, that's Barbara Crampton's.
Fucking.
That's a lie. I would take it and be like,
I'm gonna buy this for Greg.
I would be like, Em, I bought you this thing. No, it's new. I swear.
It's new. It's real new.
I mean, we were probably still way too young whenever that happened. Anybody out there, like, make sure if you're building up your baby teeth, that you can use them on some stuff if you want to make smoke machines. What else can we do?
Not rosé.
No, we're out of rosé right now. I've got to go to the liquor store.
You know what? We'll even do a shot of fog juice.
Oof. It says non-toxic on it.
Yeah, I know.
Thinks that'd be one of the drinks we make, fog juice. So he kills these ambulance drivers. Fog is the only one left today. Okay, that's fine. So he kills these ambulance drivers, steals an ambulance, and they're like, he's gone. And they're like, he must have gone back to the house.
Ambulance.
And he goes back to the house, and he's already, like, possessed. Or he's already, whatever. What is he?
Penaled?
Don't drink the fog juice. No one drink the fog juice. It's not really non-toxic. It may be non-toxic, but I wouldn't drink it.
Yeah, Wolfman, if you think about it, everything is edible at least once. It is.
Yeah.
Because once it comes out of that shooter, you don't want to fucking... I call it a shooter now.
I mean, you may fall over dead, but you ate it once.
Once it comes out of that shooter, you don't want to fuck around with it no more.
So they go in, and that's when Dr. Pretorius shows up again, right? And they get in their epic battle.
Yeah, with lightsabers.
Yeah, the Battle of the Pineals. Or is it the Battle of the Pineal
It's
Glands?
funny, they're like fucking...
They're fighting pineals. So, he like eats him, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, he like eats him.
Twists his fucking head off.
Yeah, so he eats Dr. Pretorius eats Crawford Tillinghast, and
Same thing, screws his head off.
and then he's going for the ladies. He's going for the ladies, or the lady, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, because remember before that happens.
Sorry, my eye just started hurting.
Oh, that sucks.
My
Are you having a
fucking
stroke?
Penile gland. No.
That would suck if you just died on air. I mean, ratings would be great.
And then I fall into this straw and I look up.
I know I couldn't find your rubber one.
Blood just starts squirting everywhere.
So Bubba, Ken Foree's character, Bubba, he gets like attacked by balls or like little rubber balls.
They were all styrofoam balls.
Yeah,
They said those fucking things were everywhere.
dude.
Because you know, when you open up something, you're like, God damn it.
So
Those little styrofoam, they just static cling to everything.
yeah, that's what they threw on him as the special effect, and it was like that's what killed him. It was whatever, and it ends up like yeah, they said it was just everywhere, and it was hard to clean up, and
Kids
for days.
died in real life from that shit.
What?
Yes, that's what they changed it now. Back then, it used to be filled. Beanbag chairs used to be filled with those, and they would break, and the little kids would jump in them. And I've seen pictures of the actual lungs of kids after they do the autopsy. Dude, their entire lung is filled with those little balls.
Is this real?
Yes, look it up.
I don't want to look that up.
No,
I'll
you
trust
should.
you. No, I'm good. I like my
You don't
horror
like
fake.
seeing the little kids' lungs autopsy?
No, only
Knowing
if
that
it's
he
fake.
fucking died a horrible death?
So you know what's crazy is I went to Six Flags one summer. I was 17 years old. As soon as I was old enough.
Going that age? It's fucking
Yeah,
sweet.
I was old enough to drive. So I used to buy the year pass and the parking pass,
But that's...
and we'd go down there. Why is that weak?
You're 17, you're going to fucking Six Flags?
Dude, all the chicks were at Six Flags. Used to go take photos in the photo booth with them. There was no cell phones. So we would go and play those games every once in a while. I also had the food pass, so I didn't have to pay for food or drink. So it was like anything
What games with the girls? Spin the pickle?
No, like
That was a good one.
like the ring toss and the coin toss and the
Guess who's in the
toss
mouth?
off. So I was playing one of the tossing games.
Those are the games I played when I was 17. Not fucking SeaWorld or Fiesta. Fuck.
So I those things, and I won a giant buzzard like this big. And I was like, what the fuck am I going to do with this? And I'm walking around. It was bigger than me. So I take it and I shove it in my car. I had a pickup truck. So I shove it in the truck. Then we go and I play another one. And I won a giant tiger. Like, it was like 6 feet long and like this bigger. Like the head was like this big. And I throw that in my truck. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I come back.
What's up, girl? You like tigers?
Dude, I'm like,
What's up? Hey, girl, you got an AOL? That's what Wolfman said.
So, yeah, exactly. So, like, I get back to the truck with my friends. I had a little Nissan pickup with a stick shift. So, like, somebody's always sitting with their legs in the middle, and I'm stick shifting it between their legs. And
Damn, I remember those days.
And so
Man, that brought back a lot of fucking memories.
And so we have to throw those in the back of the pickup and try to weigh them down so we can drive home. We get home and I have them in my house. And so in my bedroom, I'm just like, these things are fucking ridiculous. And at one point, I don't know what we were doing, but like I took out a knife and I started stabbing one of them. And then I was like, I'm going to cut the head off of the tiger and just stick that on the wall and get rid of the tiger. So we cut the head off. Dude, those fucking styrofoam things were in my room for like 2 years. They're all over my clothes. I'm like, dude, I can't get rid of this shit. It was fucking everywhere. Dude.
That's why they get in little kids' lungs.
And I might have some stuck in my lungs now. That might be why it's hard for me to jog.
I wouldn't doubt it, dude. I'm serious. They stopped that shit.
I do want to look that up now. Not the pictures, but I want to look up to see
it's
if you're
terrible.
factually
Those
correct.
poor kids, they suffocated.
Oh.
From the inside out.
Yeah, that's rough. That's freaking rough.
So what else happens?
So he kills him, and you think that he's about to grab. That's good, Witchy. Right alongside glitter. Yes. Oh my God, that's my favorite part about raves is glitter.
Going to strip bars.
Yeah.
I ingested so
and your
much glitter.
Your wife's like, why do you have glitter on your face?
I ingested so much glitter at titty bars.
So he's walking towards Dr. McMichaels, and he's like, saying some pervert shit that he used to say when he was a human too. And he's just about to get her, and all of a sudden, Tilling gas starts ripping out of him and like tears him open. And I guess that's how he kills him, which is weird because Tilling gas just got killed. But then because he's saying join me on this side part of this body. So like he basically killed him and made him join that body. And then the resonator starts going all crazy. And
cool fact. The resonator sound?
Yeah.
Beastie Boys used it in Intergalactic.
Oh yeah. That's cool.
Hell yeah, it's cool. It's a cool sound too.
Yeah, and so the resonator starts going all crazy, and Dr. McMichaels, Barbara Crampton, takes off running, jumps out the window of like the attic, and all whole neighborhood's there watching because it's all loud and sci-fi noises everywhere.
And then she just starts laughing.
And she's laying there, and her legs all like broken with some bones sticking out, and it's like so crazy. And she's like crying, and then like they're asking her if she's all right, and it turns into like crazy maniacal laughter. And the house blows up.
So that bitch went crazy.
She went crazy. And that was her whole thing, is she spent her whole career trying to help people that were going crazy.
And then she went crazy. Sweet irony.
Yep.
And then credits start rolling.
Credits roll.
The end.
That's the end of the story.
It's great. I've seen that movie, who knows, man.
37 times.
At least.
I mark down in my calendar every time I watch a movie.
Do you? I should start doing that.
Yeah, so I've seen this one 37 times.
No, you're lying.
Nah, I don't really do any of that, but I've probably seen it at least 4 or 5 times. I really like it. Probably more than that, actually, because I used to watch this one a lot. I really like this one in Reanimator. This is one of my favorite of the 31 movies that we're doing this month. What about you? Where does this fall on your love list?
I mean, it's up there, but I'm excited to do the ones that are not known at all, so we can talk to them about people so they can watch them.
Like Abominable?
Abominable Tomorrow and Jack Brooks' Monster Slayer. Nobody's ever heard of that.
I'd never watched that until you showed me. I'd never even heard of it.
It's cheesy ass B movie, but it's has Robert Englund.
Did you say this is your favorite of all 31 No, I didn't say that. And please, when you address me, use capitals for my name. About The Thing all the time, but we have actually talked about The Thing on one of our shows. No, I didn't mean all capitals. I just meant for the D. I'm sorry, Jamie. I was just kidding.
The D?
I was talking about just capitalize the D. Yeah, so we have talked about, Doug. I like that one. I can't mess with Jamie. She's too young and feisty. Yeah, we've talked about The Thing a lot because that's like one of Carlos's favorite movies.
My favorite,
or his favorite movie.
Sci-fi horror ever made. It used to be. It was a toss up between that and Alien, but The Thing is hands down the top. I just wish there was more pinks and purples in it.
In what?
The Thing. I mean, I guess at the end with the light, the flares, because then it'd be cosmic horror.
Wait, which one are you talking about? The Thing?
Yeah.
Isn't it cosmic horror because it deals with aliens anyways?
Yeah, but there has to be pinks and purples in it.
I bet there are if we rewatch it. I bet if we rewatch it, we'll find
Like this
some
whole
pinks and
backdrop
purples.
behind us is pure cosmic.
Yeah, I set it up that way. Because you love cosmic so much. You talk about it all the fucking time.
Yes. If it's just aliens, so Thing would be sci-fi horror. Oh shit, this is getting dug headed.
I just like the horror. That's all, just horror.
Yeah, because you're just a regular horror fan.
No, I'm just saying I don't want to think too deep about what kind of horror it is. I just want to enjoy it.
Yeah, but you don't understand. Horror movies like porn. There's midget porn. There's interracial porn. There's
Interracial midget porn.
Interracial midget porn, animal porn, interracial animal porn.
Candy corn?
There's just so much porn. I mean, horror.
That's so messed up. So,
That's just gross.
Jamie, I think tomorrow we will hit the follower goal, and we will be able to eat cake. We only need 2 more followers, and we can eat cake.
Corn porn?
Jamie, this is really bad. Do you think you could hand me the calendar that's over there near you? I'm sorry. I should have brought that. Do you want Jelly Bellies that you said you like? Oh, see, you don't like the Jelly Bellies.
No, I do, but
Thank you, Jamie.
cake porn?
How many do you want?
All right, that's good.
We're going to run out of candy corns. I'm going to have to go to the store again.
Cake farts? Porn?
So, I'm going to go over the list of movies we're watching again, real quick, just so people
Spiderweb
know.
porn?
You should start a porn. You should start a porn Twitch with Amaranth, or one of those hot tub bitches. You can just talk about porn while the girls.
Horse head and fucking jacuzzi porn?
You can talk about the porn while they're like doing softcore.
But that's all I'll be saying is naming out porn.
That's fine.
Shrimp kebabs.
We should just start inviting random hot tub girls online. And
then they're going to be like, I thought there was going to be water involved, and just throw a fucking glass of water in her face.
Okay,
And
so
say, get the fuck out of here.
then they'll burn down our storage unit. So tomorrow we're talking about Abominable.
Doug hated it.
No, I didn't. I didn't hate it. We're going to talk about Abominable tomorrow at 2 p.m.
I can't wait to talk about that, because it's just... I have so much to say about it.
This is going to be our first stream that's like not late at night tomorrow. 2 p.m.
Day drinking.
I'm not drinking tomorrow.
I am. So I can get through these fucking things. I mean...
So, and then Monday we're doing 4 p.m. It's another daytime
What's
one.
Monday?
Monday? Night of the Creeps.
Yes. Hey, Chris, are you still coming on Monday?
You got to be here at 4 on a Monday if you are. Clear Day Shrek said 9% of horror is basically porn. Yeah, in all Barbara Crampton movies, I think her boobs are flying out.
And she's getting eaten out by a severed head.
Tuesday, 8 p.m., Jack Brooks Monster Slayer. Canadian horror. Good makeup. Okay story. No, the story, I like the premise of the story. I'll talk about it then. The 5th, Yom Kippur, if anyone is not having to take the day off for Yom Kippur, We're talking about Critters. And Thursday.
Is that where you sacrifice a kid? Yom Kippur?
Critters? Yom Kippur? I don't know.
Yom Kippur?
I don't think so.
Yom Kippur.
That's another category of porn.
Yom Kippur?
Oh, man. You're going to offend our Jewish viewers.
Oh, is it Jewish?
Yeah, it's a Jewish holiday.
I don't fucking know, dude. Why the fuck am I going to know about any religions?
Then, Thursday.
I may be dying. Hold on.
Thursday is People Under the Stairs.
BP Under the Stairs porn?
Yep. People Under the Stairs. Is your friend coming on for that?
Oh, shit. I need to message her.
Okay. And then Friday, I'm excited about this one, Barbarian. The new movie that just came out.
Fucking great. You need to watch it. Y'all need to go watch it before we stream so we can talk about it.
Saturday, we're going to be talking about Pearl. I'm just kidding. We're not really, because for some reason you don't want to watch it.
Pearl necklace porn.
Saturday, we're talking about Maniac at 10 p.m. Is Cody coming on for that?
I got to text him too.
Okay, that's 10 p.m. on Saturday.
The Mauser.
And that's as far as I'm going to go. No, I'm going to go to Sunday because it's one of my favorite movies, Cabin in the Woods. Dude, what a good movie. Josh Wheaton helping out on that one.
Too bad he's a dickhead.
That's what some people say, but I've never met him personally. Charisma Carpenter says he's a jerk, but hey. They did write her off of the last season of Angel pretty much.
I mean, her fucking name's Charisma.
Yeah. So Charisma Carpenter wrote off of the last season, but the person that took over, she who became like the female lead, she's actually in Cabin in the Woods too. So she's the scientist lady that's in there.
I recognize her.
Yeah, she's from Angel.
Fuck that show.
Dude, I don't know why you hate Buffy and Angel so much. It's a great fucking show.
If it ain't the movie, does it have Paul Rubens in it? Then I'm not gonna watch it. You're about to answer, weren't you? I fucking got you right when
I was going to say, no, it does not have Paul Rubens in it. He was canceled by that point because he was in theaters doing porn.
No, he was, man, come on, man. That's a safe place for masturbators.
No, apparently not. So yeah, that's
Doug Jones where?
He's in a couple episodes of Buffy and Angel.
I can't stand that dude. Fuck that dude.
He's a great
actor. He's never coming on the show. He just seems like a cocksucker.
Yeah, he does, but he's a good character actor. Whatever. So, that's about it. That's about it for now. Unless you got anything else to...
Doug Jones porn.
Oh, shit. We're getting screwed. We're getting kicked out of here. So, if anyone hasn't seen this movie, it's a good one. If you like 80s horror movie, this is one of the ones to watch. And I think definitely out of everything, I mean, there's some good ones in here.
What would you say, epitome? This is epitome of 80s movies.
Yeah, this is Carlos and Doug porn. That's for a completely different channel.
That's YouTube shit right there.
Oh, well, see, I just yawned. I just made a sigh noise, so that means we're done. That's when my brain tells me you need to shut it down.
Shut it down. Shut it down porn?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I'm good.
Wrap it up.
I'm good.
Okay.
Thanks to everybody who fucking tuned in and added us and conversations.
Hey, thanks for the bits. Dang, Mr. Monkey.
Hell yeah. 80s porn. God damn. That's when every guy that went down on a girl back then looked like Willie Nelson.
I don't even know what that means.
Oh, you know what it means.
I was too young in the 80s.
You know what it means.
I was still in church. I thought that's
More
what
bush than a redneck's cooler. Yes. God, I'm gonna fucking... That's gonna be the new transfer station bumper sticker.
No, it's not.
I'm making a one-off.
Okay, I think we should go. See you guys back here tomorrow at 2 p.m. 2 p.m.?
I thought it was 3.
No, it's 2 p.m.
Son of a
You got to get up early. Don't you normally wake up at 2 p.m.?
That means I got to get up at least by 1:30.
That means you have to actually go to bed early.
I can't, dude. My brain doesn't shut off.
I'm telling you, yoga, stretching.
I don't like yogurt, dude. It tastes so gross. There's no taste to it.
You breathe in fast through your nose.
Do you want me to pass out? Don't fucking find me in the living room floor.
And then you breathe out slow.
Don't fucking find me on the floor.
Do that 4 or 5 times?
Yeah, and I'll be fucking done.
I'm just trying to help you, bro. Just trying to help you. You know what I do now? I play Sudoku right before bed. My brain can't think about anything other than numbers. And then I go to sleep.
Oh, I wish, Jamie. Sleep forever. I wish. I can't wait for eternal sleep.
Your eyes forever.
Every day now I talk to Lyric, I tell her.
Would it all remain the same?
Sleep porn. Every day I talk to Lyric now, I'll be like, I tell her when I leave. Before I tell her bye, I said, I'll tell you, Grandpa, you said what's up.
Do you not think that like that makes your daughter sad that you tell her that you're going to
I know. She laughs hysterically.
She laughs like this. And her smile looks like this.
And I'm like, are you all right? Yes. And I'm like, okay, I'll talk to you later.
And she goes like this. She has like that fake smile. I love you, Dad.
All right, we're out of here.
Okay. See you guys later. Bye.